What is up? What is up? YouTube, I'm trying to do too many things at one time. Check it out, man. He sold her. Terrence Howard's dropped bombshell about Diddy's adoptive daughter. Man, I am on a manhunt looking for this little girl, because if I was missing, or if I thought that people thought I was missing, hey, I'm here. No, that was a Diddy thing, and he was just bull jiving. He never adopted me. I'm just gonna set the truth, and I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm right here. We don't hear none of that. We don't hear nothing from her. So I pulled this up because I want to try to find out a little more information about it. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out.
Ava Baron Combs. Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. Adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
Man, this sounds so stupid. It sounds stupid. That's why you because I thought that you can enjoy having a black parent. Yeah, but I'm white. So I should take one of your kids and let one of my white people adopt them, because I think they enjoy having a white adopted family. It doesn't make sense what you're saying, Diddy. I'm trying to think, what was your point of doing this, other than to maybe promote her to whoever you sold it to, maybe, allegedly. I'm just saying, that's what it looked like to me. This is how I'm a market and promote her. This is crazy, man. This is stupid.
Ava Baron Combs. Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. Adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. But when you lose your man card.
Y'all, Terrence Howard just dropped what could be bombshell evidence, alleging that Diddy has been tracking his adopted daughter, Ava. Things are spiraling fast. We all thought that Terrence was done with the Diddy drama after claiming that Diddy made advances on him. But it turns out Terrence may have been holding back a whole lot more than he revealed on that podcast. And word on the street is Ava might actually be one of Diddy's new alleged victims. And if that isn't wild enough, there's a rumor floating around that she could be testifying against him in court. Terrence spilled the initial tea on a podcast when we thought we'd already heard the worst of it. We thought the headline was Diddy allegedly exploiting young artists. But then Terrence claimed that Diddy made moves on him too, trying to pull him into an intimate relationship. In the same conversation, Terrence dropped another jaw dropper. He said he's not the only black man Diddy allegedly tried this shady behavior with. According to Terrence, there's a disturbing pattern where Diddy targets black men at these so-called freak-off gatherings, all those parties, okay? And Terrence described them as not just wild, but as setups designed to strip men of their dignity and masculinity. Without naming names, Terrence strongly hinted that other industry men have faced the same treatment, but stayed quiet out of fear, shame, or both. He painted a chilling picture, alleging that Diddy praises these men at their most vulnerable moments as part of a calculated manipulation.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers coming to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. When you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it.
Facts.
That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
Now, naturally, the internet exploded. But just when we thought the storm had passed, whispers began circulating that Terrence was still holding back the real dirt on Diddy. Rumors suggested he had something even darker up his sleeve, something that could break the internet. Then came the video Terrence posted on Twitter, where he hinted at being threatened by powerful forces. He didn't name names, but he dropped a major clue. The hashtag manclad, the same phrase he used on that podcast to describe Diddy's twisted tactics.
And if you're going to speak against me, then use the same courage that it took for me to say those truths. Man to man, eye to eye, integrity and in truth. I've spent a lifetime earning the right to speak with the conviction about these truths that I speak. So if you want to tear that down, have the decency to come and say it directly to my face. And say it like a man. The conclusions. But we're going to do this respectfully, otherwise we'll end in a duel. And I mean a duel, real life duel, where only one person holds.
Now it looks like Terrence is finally opening the floodgates. Word is this new revelation ties directly to Ava Baron, Diddy's adopted daughter, and what may have really happened to her. People have been trying to figure it out. For years, fans have questioned Ava's sudden disappearance. And if what Terrence is hinting at is true, it's deeply unsettling. Some believe she may have been one of Diddy's alleged victims. And if so, this is not looking good. Let's rewind to 2020, right in the thick of the pandemic. Out of nowhere, Diddy announced that he had adopted a young white girl named Ava Baron Combs. She was suddenly part of the Combs family, and Diddy even went live on Instagram to introduce her. The moment felt spontaneous, almost like a publicity stunt. Now, after that, Ava practically vanished from public view. No follow-up, no spotlight, nothing. Most people have forgotten about her until now, with Diddy's legal troubles hinting at there being something going on deeper and darker. That, with the lawsuits where people who were children at the time, alleging that Diddy had violated them in the most gruesome ways. So you have to question any child that has been around Diddy at this point.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baron.
Ava Baron Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents that, but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the street, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then
he decided he wanted to be a caring man.
Decided to pick me up and to come inside and play with his kids.
Hey, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Charlize Theron.
He the only one thinking that way. The kids, nobody else was thinking that way until you brought it up. And that's when you know you wrong.
Everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock, I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So, just clarify it because it's crazy out here online. So you play with the kids, and I got permission from your mother. Say all of that. It's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jesse and Delilah when
You're
I was
putting
6
too much on
months
this
old.
little kid.
And then basically sisters, all 4 of us. And then I always come over.
Yeah. And it's Ava Baron Combs.
At the time, the adoption was painted as a heartwarming gesture, a powerful man offering stability to a child during global chaos. People praised him. But in hindsight, the same video now feels unsettling. What once seemed like really generous, it now reeks of something darker. And here's another red flag. Diddy publicly compared adopting Ava to Madonna's infamous adoptions. Let's be real. That's a choice. Madonna's international adoptions have been plagued by controversy for years. One organization, the Ethiopian World Federation, even accused her of misleading parents and engaging in human trafficking under the guise of philanthropy. So, why would Diddy model himself after that? Then there's the video itself. Fans noticed that Diddy's sons were front and center, but not his daughters. If Ava wanted to play with the girls, why were the boys the focus? Even more troubling, Ava looked deeply uncomfortable. Her body language was completely off. Viewers felt that there was something wrong. Now, some chalked it up to an awkward moment, but others sensed that something far more sinister was beneath the surface. And it didn't help that Diddy's sons, especially Justin and Christian, aren't strangers to controversy. Justin was named in the Little Rod lawsuit.
Yeah.
Christian has his own legal issues for violating and assaulting a yacht worker. So if Ava felt out of place or unsafe in that setting, it's understandable. But the biggest red flag? After that video, Ava virtually disappeared. No more social media, no family photos, no updates, just silence. And this, after Diddy had her calling him Papa Combs, you'd expect her to be more present in their life. Now, if you backtrack, there were pictures of Ava with Diddy's daughters going back years. It's really weird. It's like leading up to this moment, there were pictures of her with them. You know, it wasn't front and center, but they have been found. But since that point, maybe there's a little bit, few pictures of her, but she's completely disappeared out of, like, she's gone. Where in the world is this girl? And no matter how many questions we ask, were we looking for her? She has to be 18 now, or she has to be of age, I'm thinking. Why has she completely disappeared from the face of the earth? Now, with disturbing allegations of trafficking and abuse that have come to light, fans are demanding to know what really happened to Ava. Her disappearance doesn't feel like a coincidence. It feels like some type of missing piece of a darker puzzle. And then there's Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, who came forward swinging at Diddy, okay? According to him, the Ava adoption was never about love. He claimed Diddy used Ava as a prop during the pandemic in order to boost his public image. Once the attention faded, so did Ava. Gene described Diddy allegedly finding a homeless girl, using her for optics, then tossing her to the side. Now, while Gene didn't outright accuse Diddy of harming Ava, his insinuations were clear. He hinted that the industry knows more than they are letting on, that behind Diddy's curated image lies a disturbing reality. Gene's claims had people shook, and the tea was absolutely scalding.
All these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and try to engage. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Jimmy Iovine. Ain't nobody talking about Jimmy Iovine. He got charges and everything on him. But he got those publicists that's keeping it out off of CNN, is keeping it off the major news reports. Nobody's talking about that. This is something that goes on, man, that they're gonna push up under the rug, and a few years later, Bad Boy 5, 6, 7, 8 will be out.
But sadly, Gene might be right. The industry has a long history of turning a blind eye. R. Kelly, Weinstein, powerful men protected while their victims are silenced. Even in Cassie's lawsuit, she described Diddy's inner circle as full of enablers. So when Gene started talking, it felt like deja vu, and people are listening. But then it got darker. Gene hinted that Diddy may have had inappropriate videos of Ava, allegedly criminal footage. He even claimed federal agents were looking for these videos, believing that they exist.
You understand? It's going to come to the forefront. Now, what they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of, they're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage in a context. Like they in a act. That's what they're looking for. So now they're going to go through all those devices. If somebody got any kind of weird that they got little kids or little girls or something like that in any kind of pictures or any kind of photos that they took out of there.
And guess who else supposedly has the inside scoop? 50 Cent. Yes, apparently 50's been sitting on explosive intel about Diddy for years. He's been warning us, but people wrote him off, assuming it was just some hip hop beef or jealousy because Diddy didn't sign him back in the day. And sure, 50's the king of petty, but that doesn't mean he was wrong. In fact, 50 Cent has hinted there are tapes the public isn't supposed to see. They can't charge him for what we saw. That's what 50 has said, but we can't unsee it either. According to insiders, 50 has hard evidence involving Ava, and he's reportedly including it in his upcoming documentary. And let's not forget, last year, 50 announced a docuseries titled Did He Do It? With the tagline, Green Light Gang. He's been teasing this for a while, and in his own words, if Diddy's smart, he'll file for bankruptcy. Real money knows why I'm saying this. Translation, receipts are coming. And let's not forget the involvement of Daphne Joy with Diddy. That is 50 Cent's baby mother. Now, 50 Cent has, gone on and on about it on his social media, as well as we've seen pictures of her with Diddy. It is alleged, it is believed, I do not know this, I'm not doxing her, I'm not sure. But the Jane Doe, who is actually testifying now, a lot of people are putting two and two together, especially after she said on the stand that her baby daddy has problems with Diddy, with Puff, that people are putting two and two together, that it's probably Daphne Joy who is now testifying against Diddy. So 50 Cent is all in the mix of this whole thing. And now with all of that, boom, the feds updated their indictment against Diddy. 2 new anonymous victims were added. The indictment stated that Diddy engaged in years-long pattern of abuse, verbal, emotional, physical, sexual. It outlined how Diddy manipulated women into performing acts with him and others, often under duress, using drugs, control, threats, and financial dependency. Some acts involved male sex workers. These weren't casual parties. The feds say they were produced performances called the freak-offs, many of which were allegedly recorded. The indictment accuses Diddy of transporting women and men across state lines and intentionally, and internationally across lines for these events. And yes, it also stated that many did not consent. They were manipulated, coerced, and then paid afterward, giving Diddy plausible deniability. These tactics blur the lines between coercion and consent, making victims seem complicit. It's psychological warfare, and it works in the court of public opinion. But legally, it's still trafficking if it's force, fraud, or coercion, if that's involved. The document stated that from 2009 to 2018, and again from 2021 to 24, Diddy knowingly recruited and transported individuals to engage in commercial sex through coercive means. These aren't vague accusations. They're direct, specific, and damning. Now here's the thing where things get even more chilling. Word is that Ava might be one of those newly added Jane Does. With renewed public interest in her mysterious disappearance and Diddy's mounting allegations, it's possible the feds have been investigating her case behind the scenes, but we don't know. This whole situation is spiraling into something far more disturbing than anyone imagined. And the clock It's ticking. So guys, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I will be bringing you more of these exposés, as well as if you want to check out my Patreon and support us over there. We've been getting heavily censored on YouTube. It's been a mess trying to get my videos out. Even yesterday, it was my daughter's birthday, and I was trying to get these videos uploaded. YouTube was blocking them, so I just let it go and just celebrated my daughter's birthday. But if you want to support us in the work we're doing here, I'm going to be posting things over there if I can't get them up on YouTube, but also doing deep dives into all types of conspiracy theories. I'm going to be dropping a big one either today or tomorrow, and you are definitely not going to want to miss this one. It has nothing to do with Diddy. It's like some other stuff, okay? These conspiracy theories that they claim that they are, until we find out, well, all along, we were right. But anyway, guys, I will see you in the next one. And yeah, make sure you check out the videos on the screen and have a blessed day.
That's crazy, man. The part that tripped me out is nobody know where she's at. Gene is saying the same thing. That's crazy, man. Gene is saying the same thing. Where's this little girl at? And that was a couple of years ago. I mean, about at least 4 or 5 years ago. Y'all let me know if y'all heard from her. Have y'all heard from her? Do y'all know? That way I can rest at night. I'm going to get on up out of here. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.